Hey Keats, in this video I'm going to be talking about midpoint voltage deviation.
But Daddy, what's midpoint voltage deviation?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. It's when you take the two voltages and you try to find the middle ground between them. For example, when we have two batteries and there's two different voltages, and you're going to try to find what's called the midpoint, and that's like in the middle of the two voltages. So you're taking one voltage and you're taking another voltage, and you're combining them, but then you're finding what's going on in the middle. You're finding the deviation, and it's going to be the midpoint of what's going on. I know. Midpoint voltage deviation is probably the most boring thing that you could ever watch someone talk about on YouTube. But in my instance, it's actually important because I have a two battery solar setup. I have two 12-volt batteries connected in series to create one 24-volt battery. The reason that midpoint voltage deviation is important is because what that will tell me is what is the difference of the voltage of this battery and the voltage of this battery. And actually what I found out is my shunt can be hooked up to tell me that. What I have is a Victron 500 amp Smart Shunt, and I did not realize it, but you can connect a secondary auxiliary cable to the positive of one of the batteries, and it will tell you the midpoint voltage deviation of the batteries. Here is my shunt right here. This is a 500 amp smart shunt from Victron, and right now I have one cable that goes to my positive bus bar, and that is just giving it power. But as you can see right here, there is an auxiliary port as well, and this auxiliary port can be programmed to be a midpoint voltage deviation reader, I guess you could say. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect a wire going from that secondary port to this this battery right here, and what we're going to have is we're going to have it connected to the positive of the battery closest to the shunt. And then that way what it's going to do is it's going to read the voltage of this battery, and it's going to compare it to the voltage of the whole system. So it will know the whole system minus this battery equals this battery, and then it will be able to tell the difference between the two batteries, and it will tell me in percentage what the midpoint voltage deviation is. So I hope I explained that all right. Like I said, it's super boring, and not very many people need to know it. But in my instance, it's actually very important because I need to know if this battery has a problem, or if this battery has a problem. I need to know what the difference is in these batteries, because if the deviation is real high, then that means that there could be a short, or there could be a problem with one of the batteries, and it could really mess up the whole system. So let me go ahead and I'll show you the wire that we're going to be using. It's the wire that came with it. It has a little ferrule plug right here. Can't really see that very well, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Just a little ferrule plug. And the other side is, I believe, an M10 ring. I don't know, I might be making that up. But it's pretty small, but it should fit right on this battery connection here. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the system, get it all plugged in, and then we'll turn on our Victron software to see how it works. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the battery monitor.
take like an hour until it's finally finished.
All right, there we go. You can see that my battery is right at around 95% right now, so it's pretty full. But what you don't see is anything about the midpoint voltage deviation. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the cog on the upper right hand corner, and then we're going to click on miscellaneous, and then in auxiliary input where it says none, we're going to change that to say midpoint. It accepts the change with that green check, and then we'll go back. And then now when we scroll down, we see at the bottom it says midpoint voltage deviation 0%. 0% is great because that means that these two batteries are the exact same voltage. If you add those two voltages together, it equals 26.51. So that, in essence, is why having the midpoint voltage deviation be such an important part when you have a system that is two completely separate batteries. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when we make future videos. And if you like the video, what do?
Like.
And click the like button.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.